everybody, and this is Pajama Gamer welcoming you to another Let's Review. I know I promised that I would review Lego Indiana Jones, however it took me a little bit longer to do the Lego Batman when it came to filming, refilming certain bits, editing and publishing it to YouTube. So my best man is coming from Minehead to visit me for the weekend, my sister's coming up from Hereford, and my husband is coming back from Stockton-on-Tees because he's been there training for his new job. So unfortunately it means that I don't have a lot of time this weekend to do a long one, and I realised how dirty that sounded as I said it. And normally what I try to do is I try to have a little replay of the games before I review them in order to get a very accurate review. So unfortunately I'm very sorry, but it won't be happening. Instead I decided I would review a Amazon, well, you can buy it on Amazon, but you can buy it on lots of different ones. It is a free game app download called The Secret Society Hidden Mysteries. Right, so I just need to go back because I'm actually refilming this because I wasn't happy with how it turned out first time. So, things about the game. It was released quite recently. I don't actually know when it was released. I did try googling it, as you do, but there was nothing kind of specific. But I know that I've had it on my Kindle for at least a year, so it's probably between a year and 2 years old. As I said, it's free to download and it is available on Mac, iPhones, Androids, and any kind of devices that have Google or Amazon Play. I don't have it on my phone, I have it on my Kindle instead. So, ta-da! I have it on my Kindle. It's easier on my Kindle because you can change the brightness and also the screen is bigger, so it gives you a real opportunity to kind of zoom in and have a look for things that you can't really find. The plot of the game is that you discover that you have a Uncle Richard, which is weird because I do actually have an Uncle Richard, who is part of a secret society. Ah, you see what I did there? But unfortunately he has disappeared. Oh no! And he had the ability to kind of go into pictures and find things that are missing. They kind of just go, yeah, we'll just gloss over that bit. And not long after, you discover that you have the same special powers. Who'd have thunk it? So you then travel to the mansion that your Uncle Richard lived in, and you decided that you are going to go and have a look for him. Good luck. So the main part of it is finding things. You are presented a picture, and in a picture you have a background and they kind of superimpose things on top of it. The things that go on top of it are the things that normally you have to tap on. They have a whole range of things for you to find. Some of them can be the same and it's not too bad. Some of them can be really tricky places, but usually they are quite easy to spot. You have loads of pictures and each picture has a different level. When you first access a picture, they don't really have a name for it, it's just kind of unlocked. Once you get 100% on that unlocked thing, you move on to the, what's it called? Novice. Once you get 100% on that, you move to detective. Once you get 100% on that, you move on to, what was it? Novice, detective, high seeker. Once you've got 100, or actually it might be pro first. I know there's pro and high seeker, I don't remember which way around it is. And then you have some ones that are, further up than that, but I haven't got that far yet, so I don't know their name. Some pictures can have what's called an anomaly. Now there's about 4 or 5 different kinds of anomalies. There is one that is a mirror, and all the mirror literally does is put the letters back to front. So if you were looking for a parrot, instead of it being, I have to think now, parrot, it would be parrot. Try and do it in mirror image. I'm not fantastic at mirror images, so apologies. There is also a what's called like a smoke screen, and basically they're just black clouds that zip across your screen backwards and forwards that hinder your ability to find things quicker. There is also a scroll eater, which limits you, because you normally have about you normally have 6 things that you can on your screen that you can have a go at looking for, but this one reduces it to 1 at a time, which can take up time when you're trying to search for things. And the other one, it gives you an anagram of the word that you're of the thing that you are looking for. However, if you do look for a picture with an anomaly, it does give you longer, so in that aspect it's quite nice. So yes, you have to do more, but you have more things to do, there's more of a hindrance, but they compensate for it by allowing you to have a bit longer with the game. However, these anomalies can be removed using other objects that you acquire, or you just have to go ahead and examine the picture anyway and just kind of deal with it. They're not overly bad, you can still relatively tell what things are and you can still find things, so if you don't have the items you can just still roll with it. So on to gameplay. There isn't just pictures to examine, there's different things. There's the pictures. The way that you unlock a picture is through a jigsaw puzzle of the picture itself. And if you tap on them, it will turn it around, and you have a certain amount of time to complete the puzzle before you have a certain amount of time to complete the puzzle, otherwise you just miss out and you don't get to unlock it. You also need coins. The more you explore the pictures, the more coins you get given. The more coins you get given, the more pictures you can explore. So it's quite nice. As you go into a picture, you are given a list of items to find in the picture. As I mentioned earlier, you have the stages throughout the game. As you progress through them, and you go through it from novice, detective, pro, high seeker, yada yada, the amount of items that you need to find gets longer, but you still have round about the same amount of time to do it in. The pictures can have different settings. There's a morph mode where you have to find a certain number of objects that have transformed into transform to something else. They usually stand out and you can usually tell the difference, so don't worry too much about that. You can still find it. There's the ABC mode, which is just normal. There is a nighttime mode where you have a very small torch light that illuminates an area, the rest of it's in pitch blackness. And then there's also a pieces aspect to it, where it takes an object, it breaks them into primary components, and it just throws them in the picture, and you need to find them in order to collect the object at the end. You don't get anything else from it, it's just find that rather than find individual items. It has a progress bar above the list of items or the pictures of the items. Oh, that was the other one. There's one that's called silhouette mode, where they just give you the silhouette of the item and you still need to go and find it. Above that is your progress bar, so you know how far you've got to go, how much you've already done. Now the pictures kind of form the main basis of the. It kind of looks like it's on a massive table, and the pictures are all on there. And at the top you've got your trophies that you unlock for being able to, kind of like an Xbox achievement unlocked. The more that you do things, either using tools, not using tools, using specific tools, getting rid of anomalies, you get trophies for it, and the trophies give you more energy, more money, some collectible items. And in the middle of them you have, I think it's about 4 different puzzles to use instead of just looking for the pictures. There is the memory match, which is kind of like Snap. You get a set amount of cards and you have to turn them over and find which one you need. There's the pipes, where you're given a picture of a set of pipes and you have to tap them and spin them so they make one interconnecting pipe across the thing. They're not allowed to have any breaks in them. Oh, there is the block puzzle, which is very similar to, there was a car game that was exactly the same, where you've got a gold piece and that is like your car, and you need to get that out of the puzzle, and you need to move all the other blocks in order to do it. And you also have the gem match, which is a lot like Candy Crush and the other games that have Candy Crush on them, where you have to match 3 or more in a row to unlock. It has like a grey area bit that you need to get rid of, and the way that you do it is through matching all the gems up. Which I think that sounds a lot like Candy Crush. I'm not a big Candy Crush fan, so I've never really played it. There are some items to help you. They don't just throw you in and expect you to just deal with it. They have a picture of an eye. Now that eye will locate one item. It will give you a little starry trail, and then it will highlight the one specific item. You can have the dynamite, which will just automatically find and retrieve a few more. I think it's about 4 or 5. You also have a compass, which if you tap on it, it appears in the middle of the screen. You can move it around, but it has obviously north, east, south and west, and it will move to, it will make you, it'll point to where the item is. So if it's to your west, it will go to the west. You also have a clock, which will give you more time to complete it if you know you've nearly finished, but you're kind of just running out of time. You have a handheld modern torch, which on the nighttime version will illuminate a larger area for a very short amount of time. And then you have an old-fashioned Indiana Jones kind of torch, which I imagine this is kind of a play and a joke on the fact that they would light up a small area and it would light up the entire room, because that's pretty much what it does. If you tap it, it lights up the entire picture and makes it like a normal picture. And you have it, but it's not all the way through. It's for a very short amount of time. When you have finished the picture, a screen will come up saying, "Well done. This is how much money you got for it. This is how much energy you got for it." And then you also have little collectible items, which are usually objects like statues or dinner plates or bottles of wine. There's loads of them. I literally can't get into saying how many there are, because otherwise this video will be a lot longer than I'm hoping it's going to be. And after that, you can build what's called a collection. So there'll be, say for instance with the cards, there will be 9, 10, Joker, Queen, King, and then you can make a royal flush. If you unlock the collectible item, I think you need other things to like join it. I don't really know what. You've got your main aspect, and then you've got these little random bits. Don't really know what they're for or why you need them. Once you unlock that collectible item, you are rewarded with things to help you out in the game. So it could be a boost in money, it could be a boost in experience points, etc. So that is the gameplay aspect of it. You notice I'm going through this quite quickly. It's because I'm going up to my mum. A, I'm going up to my mum's home bit. B, I realised that spending half an hour talking about a game was ridiculous. So I'm hoping to try and not rush through them, but get through them quick enough that it's not as long. So next is what I like about the game. I like the fact that it's free. I am very tight with my money, so I like the fact that you don't need to spend more money in order to get things. Everything that you can unlock is things that you can unlock on your own. You can use money to help you, but it's kind of like the unlocking, it's kind of like the cheats on Sims. You don't really need it, but you can do if you want to. I like the fact that you can pick up the game and drop it as you need. So for instance, I usually play it when I am watching TV and I'm not really interested in something, and I'll just tap along. It's not something that you need to be on it. It's not really time constrained in many ways. There is a slight time constraint in the sense that it's usually about a minute, it will give you a bit of your energy back, and if you want to go on you need to wait for a certain amount of time. But there is no kind of, you have to be here on this time, otherwise you'll miss on something amazing. It I like the finding puzzles. I like things like that. I like looking for things. I like spotting things. I used to love Where's Wally when I was a kid, and I think it's kind of progressed onto this now. Another aspect that is quite enjoyable is the fact that the puzzles are relatively simple, bar gem match. As I've said, because I don't play Candy Crush or anything like that, I am useless. But it's okay because the collectibles that you can get through Gem Match, it's not just you can only get it through Gem Match. That's it. It's you can get it through different kinds of ways. So that tends to be how I get around it. I avoid it as much as possible. Another aspect, as you may remember on the Lego Batman, is that I like things that you can try and get 100% on. The indicators show you how far you need to go, how far you're progressing, so you're not sat there panicking going, I have no idea how far I'm getting with this. And I like the fact as well, finally, even though it is a free game, there is still a lot to do. They haven't skimped out on anything. They haven't gone, well, it's a free game, stick 4 pictures in and leave it. There are loads of pictures, there's loads of things to be doing, there's loads of collectibles to get that you have to visit, you can go visit friends, you can help them out, they can come and help you. It's really a big game considering that it's a free Amazon that it's free app download. It is quite extensive, and that's an aspect I like on it. Okay, so next is the things that I don't like about the game. I don't like the fact that the more you progress through the pictures, the more energy it takes, the higher the level. So unfortunately at the moment I am now at a time where exploring pictures takes up a ridiculously large amount of my energy, which means I can only explore about 4 or 5 pictures before my energy's out. And as I've said, I'm very tight with my money, so I don't then want to go, I'll buy this, and this for all of this, for these gems, because you kind of like in The Simpsons Tapped Out with donuts, or Game of War with the gold. If you can buy the gems, and the gems buy you things to help you in your game. You don't need them, but they are an added bonus. I don't want to spend my money on a game. I have nothing for it. So I will get through 4 or 5 pictures, and then it'll be, oh, I have to wait 2 hours now for all of my energy to get back. Which can be good if you are on a very tight timeline, but sometimes if I'm really getting into it and I really want to explore it, it's like, oh, okay, I'll have to wait till later now. So that's one aspect that I don't like about it, which kind of ties into the next bit, which is they clearly want you to pay for things. They really want to engross you into the game, and then they go, oh, you've run out of energy, well, you're just going to have to buy some more, aren't you? You can keep playing. That's a lot of issues that I have with some of these free downloads. I understand why they need to make their money back, so it's not something that it's not something that I like about a game, but it's not something that I will be banging down people's doors or writing strong letters of complaint about things. I understand why, it's just not something that I like. Another thing is the story is very slow. It's got to the point now where even I don't follow it. When you explore a certain amount of pictures, a note will come up, but the notes are really ambiguous. Don't trust anybody. I feel like I'm on an after-school special. So it's got to the point now where I just don't follow the story. I just go in, I look at the pictures, and I just go, oh yeah, I found everything that I need to find. I've unlocked all the things that I can unlock. I've been playing this game now. I played it for about a year, and then I had to restart my Kindle because I was having a lot of problems with it, which has then put me back into a. So I've had to, because I've restarted it, I've had to start again, and I've probably caught up to where I am. It's that slow, so I'm not following it. Feel free to tell me if you've got all the way through it what the story is. I'm sure I would love to know. Other people might like to know. And the last thing is kind of tying into the story being slow, is that it can be quite boring, because you don't really know what's happening. I mean, if they just kept it as a explore this picture, find these things, it probably would have been better. But for them to, ooh, you've got these strange powers. Your uncle has gone missing. Help him. Yeah, but we're not going to tell you. So that's the things that I don't like about the game. Right, so the last factor is, what do I give it out of 10? I'm going to be a bit cheeky and I'm actually going to give it 2 scores. You'll see why in a minute. If you are just wanting a really quick and easy game that you can pick up, you can find things in and then leave whenever you want, which is kind of the state of mind that I'm currently in with the game at the moment, then I will give it an 8 out of 10. Because there's no real bugs with it. The only real issue is the fact that you use your energy quickly, and then they keep pushing you if you leave it for a while. So you're on the phone to somebody, it will flash up saying, why not buy some coffee? Why not buy some ice cream? Why not buy this? With all of these gems that you don't have, so you need to spend. So that is my only real issue with it. So in that aspect, I would give it an 8 out of 10. However, on the flip side, if I was viewing it as a game, that I actually wanted to get engrossed with the story in and really kind of get into it and find things and get there and whatever, then I would only give it a 6 out of 10. Because, like I've said, everybody has better things to be doing with their day than to be constantly on a game all day. They are dragging the story out with just, he's gone missing. Then they introduce you to this character who will just ask you to find something, and then you will only see that person when that was like, I'm Richard's gardener. I don't really care that he's gone. I haven't called the police. I'm not tried to find him. He's just kind of gone. He's still paying my bills, so I don't care. So in that aspect, that's the thing that I don't like, which is kind of the main basis of the story, is obviously the fact that you are supposed to be looking through these pictures to find your Uncle Richard. It may get to a point where when I catch up further enough, when I get back to where I am, when I've got to higher things, the story may progress quicker, but at the moment I'm just not seeing it's going to be likely. I think personally that if you're wanting to encourage somebody to watch your video, then you need to hook them at the beginning. You need to have more things happening at the start and then maybe kind of then drag it out. But with this one, it's kind of gone the other way. You just get really random, stupid notes that could be written by anybody. Look behind you. They might as well turn around and say, you have a cat named Steve. Yes, you do. Don't argue. You have a cat named Steve. That's how ambiguous it is. So, if you are just viewing it as a nice finding puzzle game, 8 out of 10. If you are focusing on the story aspect of it, then it is a 6 out of 10. Sorry, I know that's a bit mean. I hope I don't get to do that very often where I give it 2 scores. And that was the Secret Society Hidden Mystery. I hope you have learning all about the game. I hope it might have encouraged some people to at least give it a go. Let me know what you think if some of you have had it, if you then get it, and then give me your opinions. As I've said, try and keep it constructive, and let me know what you think, basically. I'll be very interested to find out if the reasons that I like it is the reasons you don't like it. Everybody has a difference of opinion, so I will be very interested to hear it. I noticed that I imagine that some people are going, but Pyjama Gamer, you're not in your pyjamas. No, I am not in my pyjamas. No, it does not mean that I am no longer Pyjama Gamer. I will always be a Pyjama Gamer, no matter how old I am. I will be 97 years old, rocking in a chair in an old people home, and I will still be Pyjama Gamer. The only thing is that I've been to my mum's today because I needed food. There is no food in my house. I am not cooking my house. My husband is. And I went to Mummy going, Mummy, I need food. And Mummy happily went, I have food. I will cook. So another day with no cooking. So that is why I am not in my pyjamas. I am not going to tell you what game I'm going to do next because I had full intention of doing Indiana Jones as my next video. It hasn't panned out, so I figured if I just kind of come to a conclusion where I just go, right, I'm going to do this video. I'm going to do a video about this game. Then I won't feel as bad because I won't feel pressured to do a game. So have a lovely evening. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. It will make me a very, very happy pyjama gamer. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!